And now, another episode of MMA Gossip with your boys.
Boom. We're live, baby. MMA Gossip, episode 25. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more Jersey, we got Michael the Lone Wolf Trizano, winner tough season 27, 8-1 in the UFC, fighting out of Ramsey, New Jersey. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Just enjoying this nice weather while it lasts.
Yeah, dude. Mullet season. We were just talking about that before the show got on.
It's getting crazy. Give it another couple months. It's going to be insane.
You're just going to let it rock? That's the plan?
Absolutely.
Good for you, bro. I love it.
Beyonce's not loving it, but it is what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. At least, you know, some people don't like mustaches, whatever. The mullet's got to stay. You got to let her know it's got to stay.
Absolutely.
Well, what's up, man? How's quarantine been? Because we're all. Were you born in New York? This is one thing I want to ask you. Were you born in New York?
Yeah, I was born in the city. My parents lived in the city for a while throughout the 80s and stuff. And then after my brother was born, so we moved out of the city in 94 and came to Jersey. And then that's it.
I hear you. Yeah, these guys they're both born and raised in Jersey. I was born in New York, live in Jersey now. So we got 4 Italian Jersey boys up in the booth.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, man. But I saw you on your Instagram. You had been in Lake Mayapack, up like boating or something.
Yeah, I got a cousin who lives up there. He rented his own boat for the summer. So I mean, he takes it out every weekend. He's been bugging me to go, so I went out. It was a good time. We had like 20 boats linked up at one point. It was crazy.
That's dope. Yeah, that's like 5 minutes from my parents' house. That's why I was asking. Me and my sister were always out there doing shit too. So
yeah, it's awesome up there.
Yeah, man. So it's been a while since you've been in the cage, man. How's quarantine been treating you through all this shit? I'm sure it's delayed you from getting back.
Man, it's been one hell of a 2020 to say the least. I mean, I'm sure everybody can say that, but I mean, I was getting ready. I was back training fully because I had knee surgery in last year, June of last year, to repair a meniscus. My meniscus just completely detached, so I couldn't do anything. I actually fought with that injury. Probably not smart. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. But so I had surgery, and then I was looking to make a comeback in like May, but obviously quarantine hit and stuff, so it halted everything. And then I had another setback, so I had a little minor surgery a few weeks ago, same knee, but recovery's going great. I mean, I should be back soon, and now hoping to make a comeback towards the end of the year. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. We heard you want to make really active in 2021, and you were saying that you actually all this time off. I was reading an article. All this time off has actually been benefiting you like wonders, and you're actually rejuvenated now. Would you say that's the case?
Yeah, 100%. I've been super active my entire career, from amateurs to pros, up until I got to the UFC. Obviously, you know, injury is an injury, but all this time off has allowed me to work on other stuff as well as just try and improve my overall game. And I honestly, like Dominic Cruz says it all the time, like ring rust isn't a thing. I mean, I'm with them on that. I feel like I got better with the time off than I have, because when I go from camp to camp, I'm working on a game plan. I'm not necessarily like improving things. So, I mean, being so active is good and it's bad at the same time. You know, you don't really have a chance to learn new stuff if you're preparing for certain people all the time. So I definitely think I'm like a 2.0 of myself. Now I just got to get healthy.
Have you been able to train A because of the injury, and B because you know what's going on in Jersey?
Yeah, I was training like full on since May, and we opened just for like our pro fighters. So anybody who had a fight coming up and they needed to train, it was it was a limited amount of people. But the injury kind of set me back. But I've been training hardcore. I'm in great shape, but I've kind of just been laying low the last few weeks just because of the surgery. But other than that, you know, I'm ready to start training again next week and start to ease my way back into it and make a return at the end of the year.
That's awesome to hear, dude. And I bet Coach Stipe over there was probably some motivation to get back in there too.
Oh, I was so happy he won. He deserved it.
Yeah,
Such a
man.
good fight.
Yeah, man. How was it to see your tough coach go out there and solidify himself as the heavyweight greatest of all time, man? That must have been wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for him because DC was retiring. So in the back of his mind, if he had lost and he's still fighting and stuff, like people would always hold that over his head, like he's not the greatest of all time. But I mean, regardless of, I think DC is one of the greatest of all time, light heavyweight and heavyweight. So it depends how you look at it. Strictly one weight class, Stipe is the best heavyweight ever. You can't argue it. Just the stats don't lie. So,
Who do you think Stipe's getting next? You think he's getting Jones at heavyweight, or you think he's getting Francis?
he's going to get Ngannou first. I would not be surprised. Nobody's ever said this, but I mean, Gustafsson moved to heavyweight. Jones is now going to move to heavyweight. I would love to see round 3 of those guys just going at it. Or they fought 3 times, maybe the 4th time, but at heavyweight.
Yeah, 2.
No, yeah, it was 2.
It was 2, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though Jones won the first, both of them, I mean, the last time they fought, he finished them quick, but I think a third fight between those guys would be legendary.
That's what I think. I agree with you, bro, because Jones is strategic like that. Like I remember, he didn't want to take the Chael Sonnen fight on short notice. Like he likes to. I don't think he's just going to dive right in and fight Francis or fight Stipe. So that would be probably ideal from his heavyweight debut.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he's going to want like a quote-unquote tune-up fight before he tries to fight for the title. But it'll be interesting. I would like to see him fight Gustafsson, though. That'd be awesome again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, speaking of legends running it back, what do you think of the Frankie Edgar fight and Pedro Munoz on Saturday? How do you think that went down?
I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. Every time they would exchange and then Frankie would circle out, I was like praying he didn't get caught by one of those. He was Munoz was throwing heavy bombs off the exchange, like as he was circling out. So caught him a couple times, but Frankie's got a chin. He's Italian, that's why.
Dude, preaching to the choir. But yeah, Frank. Like I always say, Frankie's really the one that got me into the sport. So I'm like, I couldn't. Yeah, at the edge of my seat to say the least, bro.
Yeah, he's always an exciting fight to watch, no matter who he fights, because he's constantly going. He's got a gas tank for days.
Was there someone that got you into the sport, like a specific fighter, or was it just martial arts in general, and then it just evolved?
GSP definitely got me in MMA, for sure. I always liked watching him fight, and just the technical standpoint, especially when he first got in, it was still kind of like the brawl and sprawl style of fighting, very wrestling dominant. And he came in, he just had a well-rounded game, and I like that. And yeah, rest is history.
I hear you, bro. But before we let you go, I just want to ask a couple things. Being a Jersey guy, sports teams, dude, you repping New York, obviously, right? I know you like the Yankees.
Die-hard Yankee fan.
Yeah.
But when it football, I'm a Vikings fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that
I
coming.
hate the Giants. Just growing up, my dad watching it, and just it was miserable watching them. So even though they won 2 Super Bowls and beat the Patriots twice, like I don't know, I just never been a Giants fan. I couldn't like them.
You had some heartbreak.
Jets suck, so nobody ever should pick them.
What about Rangers? You watch hockey too?
Yeah, I don't watch too much hockey, but I'm definitely a Rangers fan for sure.
Yeah. I know you're big on the Yankees. I saw you on the field and stuff, so like that's awesome.
Oh, I love baseball. I've been doing fantasy baseball league since early high school days with my buddies, and I mean, I love it. Baseball's awesome.
I had partial season tickets this year for the first season, and of course this happens. I was so upset.
Oh, man. Are they going to give you money back, or like what's the deal?
I was splitting them with 2 other buddies, so we're getting a discounted rate for next year. But we were really doing it too for preferential pricing on the playoffs, because I try to go to I love going to the bleachers during the playoff games. It's the best thing.
Best.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah.
Got to get
Pork roll, ham.
I've always wanted to just dive in and do season tickets one year. I should probably do that next year. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure it'll be hard because everybody who got screwed this year is getting first dibs next year. So
We got to even hope we can have fans next year, because they're even talking about that for all sports for next year. They're like, we don't know yet. We're not sure. And it's like, come on.
this whole thing's ridiculous. They should do like every other seat maybe. Don't sell the whole stadium, but leave a few seats in between. Do like half the stadium or a third of the stadium. Still have fans. Just spread them out.
Something, bro. Because I saw you said you like fans. You like a crowd better, right? Fighting wise.
Yeah, man. I mean, for especially like when you get to the top level, you want to have the whole experience. And I think the main experience of it is, weighing in and having a huge crowd at weigh-ins, and then walking out and the place just erupting. When you walk out and it's quiet, it's just like weird. Like being on the Ultimate Fighter, like I've done it. It's weird because you hear everything, and I don't know. I like it because I feed off the crowd and everything like that. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, but I definitely think that it might lessen the pressure, but I prefer the crowd, honestly.
I mean, I miss the crowd a lot personally too, especially you get those times where you get like when Stipe won up in Cleveland, like that was just, it's off the charts, man. And like you see stuff like that, fighters fighting out of their state or hometown. It brings a different aura to the sport that I really think is just missing.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
So for, you told us that you want to fight at the end of the year. Are you looking to be a replacement fighter? Or are you actually trying to book something that you can actually train for? Because there are a lot of replacements going on right now, as you know, lots.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of replacements just because of COVID, and people, if they get sick last minute, they're going to have backups lined up. But my first fight back, I'm definitely going to put in a full camp because I don't want to go last minute, especially after a long layoff injury. I want to prepare properly for it. After the first one back, I mean, I'll take a week's notice fight if necessary, but I definitely want my first fight back from injury to be a full camp, at least 8 weeks.
I hear you. Do you watch tape? I know you're a game plan guy. Do you watch tape, or do you leave it to your coaches more so?
I just give it to my coaches. It don't matter. They just tell me, all right, this is the game plan we're going to work on, and then I do it. That's it.
I hear you, bro. But one more thing before I let you go. I don't know if they have anything else. Is it pork roll or Taylor ham?
I say Taylor ham.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So, yeah, so
it's like a North Jersey thing, I think. As soon as you like my fiance says pork roll. She's from like Central Jersey, like South Plainfield area.
Okay.
More south, but I don't know. It's Taylor ham to me.
I hear you, bro. You guys got anything else?
I'm good, bro, man.
Yo, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate it big time, dude.
Absolutely. Anytime you guys want to have me on, I'm down.
Yeah, we'll take you up on that, I promise. But anything you want to shout out, social media, whatever?
Just shout out my team, Team Tiger Showmans, and Lone Wolf's coming back sooner than later.
Let's do it, man. Thank you again. Appreciate it big time, bro.
Take it easy, guys.